Hello everyone, I'm Poonam from Perfect 9. In today's video, I'm going to talk about IELTS. We all have heard about it, but still there are too many queries in people's mind. What this examination is all about, what kind of questions are asked, what are the different criteria which are followed, what kind of preparation is needed, and who all are eligible for this. On the top of everything, what is the benefit of taking this examination? So today I will try to answer all these queries. Let's see what IELTS is all about. The name only talks about its glory. IELTS is International English Language Testing System. This examination is conducted worldwide. Especially, this is a requirement in those countries where English is the first language. Countries like the UK, America, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. We know that their mother tongue is English. So there are many people who want to move to these countries. And this is a basic criteria. One has to clear this examination, get certain band scores, and then only they would be given a stamp on their passports. There are two bodies which conduct this examination. One is British Council, another one IDP. Without any variation and distinction, these both follow the same parameters, similar criteria to assess the test takers. In IELTS, there are two types of examinations which are conducted. One is for the students, another one for the working professionals, or we can say the skilled laborers. For students, academic IELTS is designed, and for professional, we have general IELTS. There is little difference between both these formats. As we know that the students, they apply because they have to go for their higher studies. So any student who has completed his 12th standard, and even those who are highly qualified, let's say graduate or maybe postgraduates, if they want to immigrate, they must take academic exam. Whereas the professionals who want to apply maybe for work visas or permanent residency, they go for general IELTS. Their modules vary a little, but as such, the format is almost the same. They all have to take listening, reading, writing, and speaking modules. Listening module is same for academic and general students. Here, the timing of the test is almost 30 minutes. That means there is an audio which is played, and it is played continuously for around 30 minutes. And in between, test booklet is given, which consists of 40 questions. So all those first 40 questions are to be answered, and later on, 10 additional minutes are given to the candidates to transfer their answers. Now, the complication here, especially with English as the second language speakers, is that the accent, because our accent is quite different from the Americans or the Britishers or maybe the Australians. And in the examination, the speakers can speak in any of the language, or it's a possibility that most of them speak in all the languages, because in the examination, either they are monologues or there are dialogues. Rather, it is a blend of it. In a few sections, there would be monologues. In two sections, there would be one speaker only. As you can see here, I'm only speaking. So this is a monologue where two speakers or more than two speakers speak. That becomes a dialogue. So in the examination, both the formats are given, and the candidate who is sitting for the examination, he or she has to mark the answers accordingly. The next module is our reading module. This module is slightly different for the academic and the general candidates. The time duration which is given is 60 minutes, and 40 questions are asked from both the type of test takers. So what is the difference? In academic, as we know that the academic students are applying for higher studies, and their purpose is to gain more knowledge, and they have to be enrolled in the universities and the colleges. So keeping that in mind, the level of this examination has been kept little trickier, and the questions are little more complex in comparison to the general candidates. Even the paragraphs are little longer. They get 3 paragraphs. The general candidates get only 5 different passages. Different types of questions are asked. These can be multiple choice questions, true, false, not given type of questions, summary completions. There can be matching features, paragraphs, headings, blanks, and it needs ample practice. Rather, it needs a lot of practice to understand the tips and tricks of reading, listening, and writing all the modules. It needs proper training and proper, one has to go through that process to ace the IELTS examination. We have come to the writing module now. And here, again, once again, I would say that it is different for the academic and the general candidates. The criteria on which the students are assessed are task achievement, coherence and cohesion, lexical resources, and grammatical range and accuracy. I will discuss all the 4 parameters in detail in my another video. Task 1 for the academic candidates is more about inferring the visuals or understanding the statistics, the database which is given to them in the form of bar graphs, charts, sometimes, maps, processes. The questions can look like this. They analyze it and accordingly write their answers. The word limit which is given is 150, and it is suggested that they should spend at least 20 minutes on this task out of 60 minutes, the total 60 minutes which are given. If I talk about the general candidates, they are, since they would be working in the various organizations and they might be required, they rather will be required to communicate there formally, sometimes informally also, they would be writing emails and letters. So accordingly, they are given letter writing in their task 1. The letter can be of different natures. Formal letters they can get, there can be semi-formal letters or informal. And the writing structure, the response of the candidate depends upon the kind of question which is given to them. These candidates also get 150 words, word limit, and they have to write 150. This is the set criteria. Again, 20 minutes should be spent on this task. Now we have this writing task 2, which is an IELTS essay for general and academic. This question is almost the same, and in IELTS, we generally divide it into 4 different categories: opinion essays, discussion essays, double essay, and hybrid essay. So their formats, their structure varies according to the type of question which is given or the type of question which is asked. Here, the word limit is 250 words. And anyone who is sitting for the examination should at least spend 40 minutes in this question. Moving on to the last module, which is speaking module. This section is slightly different from the others. Moreover, all the 3 modules, listening, reading, and writing, are conducted on one day, whereas a different slot is given for speaking. It can be a few days before the examination, and it can be a few days after the examination as well. It depends upon the desire of the candidate and sometimes on the availability of the slot. Speaking is a format where the person or the test taker directly interacts or is face-to-face with the examiner. But the format of speaking is not formal. It is an informal interaction between the IELTS examiner and the speaker, the test taker. The duration is, it can vary from 11 to 15 minutes, and generally it is divided into 3 parts. In the first part, the examiner asks general questions from the candidate. These questions are related to his personal life, preferences, hobbies, town, city, whatever is related to them. In the second part, a cue card is given by the examiner, and after giving 1 minute preparation time, the candidate is required to speak for 2 minutes at a length. In the third part, the examiner once again puts a few questions. It is like a kind of a cross questioning, and the questions are based on the second part, on the cue card only. The purpose of this module is to check the fluency and the pronunciation, the expression, the articulation skills of the test taker. In both the academic IELTS and the general IELTS, the format remains the same. The criteria on which the bands are given, that also remains the same. So this is what it is all about. These are the 4 modules which are there in the IELTS examination, and this is the way that these are judged. Though IELTS is a very comprehensive subject and there is a lot which can be discussed about it, it is just a glimpse about IELTS examination. In my further videos, I'm going to discuss all the modules in detail with the right kind of structures which we should follow. Till then, bye-bye.